There comes a time when life will throw you into a battlefield you never asked to join. The pressure comes, not because you're weak, but because you're marked, called, chosen. Life has a way of launching warfare at the ones carrying divine purpose. You didn't sign up for this fight, but heaven assigned you to it. And now you're standing in the middle of a storm that's not just physical, it's spiritual. The enemy doesn't attack where there's nothing to steal. He comes after purpose. And if he's after you this hard, it's because something in you scares him. There's a war that happens when destiny is near. The opposition rises not because you're failing, but because you're rising. And you need to know this. God never allows a battle unless it's connected to your breakthrough. That pressure you're feeling, it's not there to crush you. It's there to prove what's already inside of you. You're not empty. You're not powerless. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you. And if the resurrection power lives in you, that means there's nothing dead in your life God can't breathe on. You might be walking through a season where everything feels like it's falling apart, finances tight, prayers unanswered, loneliness growing louder. But listen to me. Storms don't last forever, and silence doesn't mean absence. God hasn't abandoned you. He's forming something in you. He's building endurance. He's increasing capacity. He's shaping your spiritual muscles so you'll have the strength not just to step into the promise, but to keep it. Sometimes the fight isn't about what's against you. It's about what God is forming within you. Faith doesn't always feel like fire. It sometimes feels like showing up tired, broken, confused, but still saying, Lord, I trust you. That's the kind of faith that moves mountains. The kind that says, I don't see it yet, but I still believe. The kind that clings to a word from God when everything around says, give up. If God said you're going to make it, then no demon in hell can rewrite that ending. This is not the time to sit down in sorrow, not the time to wallow in what you lost. You may have cried, but tears don't cancel purpose. You may have failed, but failure isn't final with God. You may have lost some friends, missed some opportunities, fallen short, but God is still able to restore what you thought was gone. He is the God who resurrects dead things, dreams, callings, confidence, joy. And when he brings it back, it doesn't look like what you lost. It looks better. There's still oil on your life, still grace on your journey, still power in your prayers. You're not forgotten. You're favored, not abandoned. You're being trained. This fight you're in is not proof that God left. It's evidence that he's preparing you. The devil doesn't waste bullets on people with no future. The resistance you're facing, it's a compliment to your assignment. God never calls the most qualified. He qualifies the called. If you've got obedience, that's enough. If you've got willingness, he can use you. The world may look at your past and say disqualified, but God looks at your heart and says, that's the one I want. He doesn't need your perfection. He wants your surrender. He doesn't need a flawless record. He wants a fearless yes. So rise up, even if it's with shaking hands, even if it's with a tired heart. Stand up and declare, this is not where my story ends. You're not buried. You're planted. You're not breaking. You're becoming. God is not punishing you. He's positioning you. The wilderness isn't forever. The fire isn't final. And this test you're in right now, it's going to become a testimony for someone else's freedom. Speak life again. Speak what God spoke, even when it doesn't look like it. Call yourself healed. Declare you are whole. Announce your breakthrough like it's already here. Say, God is restoring my peace. God is opening doors. God is fighting battles I can't see. My family will be saved. My destiny is protected. My purpose will prevail. That's not hype. That's heaven talking. And when heaven talks, all of hell has to back off. There is greatness in you, not because of who you are, but because of whose you are. You are a carrier of God's glory, a warrior in the Spirit. You've been equipped for this moment. Heaven is backing you. Angels are assigned to you. And even when you feel alone, you are never alone. The Lord your God goes before you. He is your defender, your provider, your peace in the storm. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need to believe in what God said. And let me tell you this, you're closer than you think. The breakthrough is not on the next mountain. It's one obedient step away. The miracle is not delayed. It's maturing. So don't give up now. You've prayed too hard, fought too long, waited too patiently. The harvest is coming, and when it shows up, it will make sense of every tear, every battle, every night you almost gave up. You're not fighting in vain. You're fighting with a promise. So fix your focus, wipe your tears, and keep going, because God is not finished with you. The best pages of your story have not been written yet. And when it's all said and done, they will say, you fought well, you kept the faith, you didn't back down, and you won. I want you to remember this. God is not finished with you. You might feel alone, but you are not abandoned. This is not your ending. It's the beginning of a greater testimony. In your darkest moments, there is a light that still shines inside of you. That light is God's Spirit, the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead. That Spirit lives in you. So dig deep, stand strong, and don't give in to the voices of doubt or fear. You have the power through Christ to rise again. Every time it feels like life is crumbling, remember that God does His best work in broken places. He makes beauty out of ashes. So when it feels like all hell is breaking loose, don't crumble. Take a stand. Stand in faith. Stand in truth. Stand on the promises of God. Don't allow the noise of the enemy to drown out the voice of your purpose. Speak life over your future. You are not called to live defeated. You are called to be more than a conqueror through Christ. So fight back. Fight for your future. Fight for your calling. This isn't the end of your story. It's a plot twist that's going to show off God's power. Champions aren't made when everything is easy. They're made in the fire. They're built in the struggle, refined in the storm, and strengthened in the silence. God uses pressure to produce power. He uses pain to position you. When life gets hard, it doesn't mean God has left. It might mean He's preparing you for something greater. Don't run from your battles. Face them. Don't hide from the struggle. Walk through it. You might not understand it now, but one day you'll look back and thank God for every struggle. What the enemy meant to destroy you will be the very thing God uses to promote you. What tried to break you will build you into someone stronger. These battles are shaping you into a warrior, into someone who can't be shaken easily. You don't become unshakable without being shaken first. So even when you're tired, keep pressing. Even when you don't feel strong, keep going. The key is to never stop. Don't quit, don't give up, don't back down. When the odds are stacked against you, lean into the presence of God. When you feel overwhelmed, remember that the one who called you is greater than anything standing against you. Your dreams still matter. your calling still counts. The only thing separating winners from losers is that winners keep going. Even when they fail, they rise again. Even when it hurts, they trust God anyway. That's the difference. They keep showing up. They stay faithful even when nothing is working. When everything says you can't, you say, with God, I can. When the world tells you to stop, you push through in faith. God never promised the road would be easy, but He promised He would never leave you. So stop waiting for it to get easier and start getting stronger. Every setback is a setup for your comeback. When life punches you in the face, don't just take the hit. Get up and fight back. Put on the armor of God and stand your ground. The Bible says the righteous fall 7 times, but they rise again. That means your fall is not your finish. There's no shame in falling. There's only shame in staying down when you know you've been called to rise. When you feel the pressure building, declare, I am responsible. Not for the past, but for my future. I can't change what happened, but I can choose how I move forward. You don't have time to dwell on what's gone. You've got goals to chase. You've got a vision to build. You've got lives to impact. So stay focused. You might wish the pain would stop, that the weight would get lighter. But the truth is, God's not trying to make it easier. He's trying to make you stronger. There's something in you that's more powerful than what's coming against you. That something is the Spirit of God. And when you know your why, when you know that your purpose is bigger than your pain, you stop hitting snooze on your calling. You stop making excuses. You rise and move with fire. You move with conviction, because quitting is no longer an option. Failure gives you 2 options: stay down or rise up. And if you're listening to this, I believe God is calling you to rise, to shake the dust off and stand again. You weren't built to stay broken. You were created to bounce back. That's what grace is for. That's what mercy is for. So rise in faith. Stand up in hope. Fight back with joy. Push forward with purpose. You are in the business of getting back up. You want to be a beast? Then understand this. A beast isn't just strong, it's thankful. Thankful for the strength to walk when others give up. Thankful for another chance when everything was lost. Thankful that rock bottom was not the end, but the foundation. You can rise again. You can rebuild. You can recover everything the enemy tried to steal. And you'll rise not just to survive, but to conquer, because God is with you.